The mountainous region of Queenstown attracts not only thrill seekers but also those looking to slow down and enjoying a sip or two. That's because it's the gateway to nearby Gibbston, now dubbed the Valley of Vines, growing some of the world's best Pinot Noir.
If anyone is in the know about quality wines in the world, this is one of the top areas in the world. We have warm days and cool evenings. So our lovely Pinot Noir grape takes a long time to ripen, but things that take a long time to ripen sometimes give you better quality rather than a rush to ripening.
The first grapes were planted here by a French miner during the gold rush in the 1860s. However, it would not be till the 1980s when enterprising journalist Alan Brady would enter the picture. He planted his first grapes here in Gibbston Valley, despite skeptics telling him that the place was too cold, too high, and too far south. Today, Gibbston Valley Wines is considered a pioneer in the region's wine industry, with the largest wine cave in New Zealand.
Although we have our vineyards on site here, we also have vineyards up in the Bendigo region, about 45 minutes away. They're all our own grapes, but with that we get different qualities from the different areas, and we can have a range of Pinot Noirs.
The cave had the perfect ambient temperature for the wines, staying at 14 degrees inside, no matter what the outside temperature is. It was a very nice setting to try their famous Pinot Noir.
Now this is one of the wines that represents the individual site. It's a very warm area, but with the high altitude you do get the cool aspects of night, so you get a nice bit of complexity that comes from that, definitely. So it does bring out this deep dark intensity. So when you swirl and smell, you should get nice kind of dark fruit aromas, maybe a little bit of mocha in there.
Mocha?
Yes. Lovely wine representing the fruit of Central Otago.
Good flavor.
They also kept their first vintage down here in the cellar, which Jamie was happy to show me.
1987.
So this was the first ever Central Otago wine, and it's a dry white wine. It was a Pinot Gris. So it won't taste good now, but we only have 2 bottles of this left.
Okay.
So it's a priceless wine for us. You're very privileged. You're the first member of public ever to come in this little caged area as well. So well done, Alan. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Following the worldwide success of many wine growers in the region, families have also set up their own boutique wineries. I visited Waitiri Creek's unique cellar door, housed in a 117-year-old restored Presbyterian church. It was a good chance for me to try the Pinot Gris, the white wine grape variety of the Pinot Noir that is very popular here.
So now Pinot Gris is the most planted grape after Pinot Noir in Otago now. Thin-skinned grape like Pinot Noir, so it likes the climate we have here. So generally in the summer, long hot days and then cooler nights. Only 7 grams of residual sugar, so it's still off dry, but because of the ripeness of the fruit, it tastes a lot sweeter.
It's good.
Paired with the local cheese, it was very difficult not to overindulge. But what an afternoon well spent, enjoying the most amazing wine pairings here in the southernmost wine growing region of the world. There is still one more place I have yet to explore while in Queenstown, the waters of Lake Wakatipu, which leads to some of the high country farms in the area.
Since the weather is good, I'm going to head on to Mount Nicholas Sheep Station.
Good morning.
Good morning.
We sailed away from Queenstown and into the heart of the lake. The temperatures dropped as we went further in.
Lake Wakatipu is bordered by mountain peaks, making it a spectacular view.
"15,000 years ago, a huge glacier filled this valley. As it moved, it carved the rock underneath it, creating a basin. The glacier eventually disappeared, and the basin filled with water to become Lake Wakatipu." I had a chat with Jeff, the skipper of the boat.
You were saying earlier that this lake is very deep, 300 meters, is it?
Extremely deep. In fact, the deepest point is 390 metres. It's not the deepest lake in New Zealand. The deepest is 420, which is just a few miles south. But there we go there. We're in 370 metres.
But the color of the water is also very nice.
The colour of the water is this deep blue because there is a glacial feed coming in. So the glacier feeds in, all the white moraine falls to the bottom, and then you're left with this filtered water that's this beautiful blue that's actually tested at 99% pure. Wow. So you can fill your drink bottles up and drink to your heart's content.
We marveled at the sight of snow-capped alpine scenes reminiscent of the Ice Age as we approach our destination.
Well, we're here in Mount Nicholas.
Mount Nicholas is one of New Zealand's oldest working farms and also one of its largest. The station covers 100,000 acres of land, larger than the country of Malta. I met some of the farm animals: Chester the horse, Lucky the lamb, and Belle the sheepdog. They're very lucky to see these amazing views every day. But what Mount Nicholas is known for is its big production of merino wool, having 30,000 heads of sheep scattered across the station. Duncan gets one of them to volunteer for a nice trim. She seemed to like her new look. Merino is considered the finest and softest wool, which turns into elastic and breathable fabric. Unlike synthetic fibers, it reacts to the body's temperature, helping you stay warm in the cold and keeping you cool when it's hot. New Zealand's vast, open areas make it ideal for raising livestock. From Queenstown, I drive to the nearby town of Wanaka to see a different kind of livestock being raised. I was welcomed to Criffle Station by Mandy, whose family owned the farm.
So Criffle Station's about 2,000 hectares. We're running about 5,500 deer.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
And it's a new industry.
Yeah, it is relatively new, and in fact, actually, we're standing very close to where deer farming started in New Zealand. So just down on the paddocks, just out in front of us here, we had Sir Tim Wallace used to bring deer from the other side of the mountains by helicopter, and then they would drop down in these paddocks down on the front here.
Right.
So we have the red deer, which have been in New Zealand for a very long time.
Is that endemic?
No, not native. Yep, so we're brought in for hunting, I think, originally.
See.
Since the deer farming industry started in the 70s, New Zealand is now said to be the #1 source for farmed venison meat worldwide.
Any other byproducts like the skin?
Yes. So
corn.
we have the velvet, which we've seen on the stags, and that's used for supporting the immune system for health.
Oh, is it?
It's great for athletes, training, but also just general health, and also as an aphrodisiac.
Aphrodisiac?
I know.
Can I start my own deer farm then?
We can give you some to take home.
Mandy takes me for a ride around the station. She tells me that a large part of their efforts go into making a healthy environment, healthy animals, and healthy people, to be able to allow future generations to enjoy this land. And as we reached the top, I could understand why. The views of the valley were just unbelievable.
So you're lucky to have this area, to be able to do this when you feel like taking a break from work and appreciate the things around us. Huh?
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, everything looks good. The lake, the mountains.
It's pretty stunning. No, I think we have to do more of this in life today.
I know.
Slow down a bit.
Yes.
Enjoy, enjoy.
Up next, I venture higher up to New Zealand's tallest peak, explore its longest glacier, and get up close with 500-year-old icebergs.